Hi, are you able to see me?
Not yet.
Oh, I see it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, Marco.
Good morning.
It's a college morning on a Sunday, which means it's 2 p.m.
Yep. And we just finished our long run, or like a while ago, and then we had breakfast, and
Nice.
yeah, that's it now.
So you're at college now. You're in Villanova. Let me just introduce you for all those people who foolishly don't know who you are yet. We got Marco Langon here, New Jersey distance running ace, 4:04 in the mile, New Balance Indoor Nationals. Meet a champion indoor winner, 8:48 in the 32. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's hard to keep all those numbers in your head.
Yeah.
I'm Meg Waldron, mental performance coach, MS sports psychology, former New Jersey running stud back in the day. I went to college. I got recruited to University of Virginia. You got recruited to Villanova. So let's talk about Villanova. You're in college, Marco, you're in college. What's that like?
I'm just happy I made it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's step one. Get into college.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was like, it was pretty like moving day was just kind of a pain in the ass, but I kind of got through with it. And then training's just been going great. I had a really good summer of training. I was very upset after the spring season for high school. I don't even remember high school really that much. I kind of just like completely shut it out of my head. But I was just like, I was pretty upset with like how the season ended because of like sickness. Yeah, it was like sickness and everything, yeah. But it was just, it is what it is now. But
it's
then
hard to race on antibiotics. It's just hard.
Yeah, very. Yeah,
it's like going to the starting line drunk. Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. Trust me. But I was like, I took 8 days off, and then I started training. I got my whole summer vlog of training, and I did everything great. And I even put in a little bit extra miles, just because like I was doing longer long runs, and I was just running with like other kids who are higher mileage. And I just really had a great. This is honestly one, besides last summer, like this summer compares with it. Like yeah. I had such a great summer, amazing times, and just I had so much fun. I had a great summer of training too, and that was like the main thing. Is like I was a counselor at a running camp that it was almost like I was a camper with counselor privileges because I was so young and just absurdly immature. But
shocking.
It was really fun. I've just been having a great time. I went to the beach a lot, went to LBI with one of the kids who's actually my roommate. He's not here right now, but
nice.
We went to LBI together, and I stayed with his family in this beautiful house, and just had a great time. And like got to now I'm at Villanova, and like the training was amazing. It has been amazing.
Well,
like
so speaking of your age, how old are you?
I just turned 18.
Just turned. Wait, today?
No. Like August 31st.
August 31st. Like, so happy birthday.
Thank you.
So you were a young freshman. You could actually be a senior in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So that puts a whole nother perspective on the times you've run so far.
Yeah.
Great. So what's been the biggest surprise, like non-running related, about college?
Probably how much free time we have on our hands. I mean, yeah, we just have a lot of actually, we have a really good amount of free time. I mean, I even consider practice free time because like it's just something that I want to do and have to do. But like we get to practice, and then like after that we're just hang out in the dining hall for like 3 hours, and then we go to one of the kids' apartments on this place called the Commons, which is like pretty much probably like a quarter mile from where my dorm is, and we just walk there, and we just hang out there pretty much the whole night until like 10:30, get back to the dorm, journal, read, and then just go to bed, and that's it.
You don't have any homework?
I do, and I get it done. I do get it done. Surprisingly, I don't want my mom to watch this and think I'm not doing my shit, but
Okay.
no,
Okay,
I
Mom,
get
he's doing his homework.
no, I get everything done. I mean, I'm in some really good classes. Some people think some of my classes are a joke. Like I'm in a my math class is called math puzzles, and it's I trust me, I didn't put myself in that class, but it's very easy, but it's very like tedious and confusing. That's pretty fun. And then I'm in this class called medieval arts, and we have to take a theology class, which is like religion, and then we have to take a class called ancients, which is like history. And then we have that's really it. And for anyone, if whoever is watching this likes basketball, I don't know if you guys know who Cam Whitmore is, but he won the MVP for like the US national team or something. He's a McDonald's All-American, probably the best play. He was ranked like number 2 in the class of 22 last year, and he's in 2 of my classes, which is pretty cool. So
That is cool.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but besides that, it's fun. It's just a really good
Have there
time.
been any surprises running related about running in college versus, well, I don't know. You seem like you were pretty well prepared, but any surprises?
Not real. I mean, I knew coming into this that there was going to be a lot of history and a lot of like there's a lot of pride that's to be had running for this school, because like when you look all around, so at this the play, like where the field house is, or like where the locker room is, we have to walk through Nevin, which is pretty much, you walk into this like brick old school looking building, kind of like a Gothic themed building, and you have to walk across the volleyball court and then downstairs and to this like kind of like hallway area. And this is where the old locker rooms for like the old Villanova team, when Jumbo Elliott was coaching, they used to be there. And when you go down, you see all like the 123, 124 Penn Relay wheels that they've won. You just see a bunch of them going all the way down the hall. Like there's like one on top, one on bottom, one on top, and it just keeps going down the hall, and just, it's almost like it goes forever. And then there's like a screen of revolving pictures, and I could sit there. I like sit there.
It's like being a pro athlete, the way we see pro athletes are honored.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, I could go there for at least, I have to walk through there like 4 times a day, and I just look at the hall, take a picture, and just I just repetitively do that and just engrave it into my head. Like I want to win as many Penn Relay wheels as possible. Like,
so wait, I hear a rumor that one of the wheels has been stolen. Did you take it? This is your chance to fess up. I know you're taking a theology class,
no,
but I can grant you absolution. I can absolve you of the sin.
Yeah, it's an old story. Eamon Coughlin, he pretty much took a wheel. I was actually talking to Vince Cartier, and he told me about, he knows about it too. My high school coach, Rob, knows about it. Rob was actually the one who told me about it. And then 2 kids on the team confirmed it. And then and it's pretty much Eamon Coughlin just has that wheel hanging out in his house.
All right. So we'll get Eamon on the show next time, and he can speak to that. How about that?
Could you actually do that?
I have connections.
You could do that. That would be pretty crazy.
All right. So before we go on, are you in your dorm room?
Yeah.
You got to show us your dorm room. I don't care how messy it is.
Okay. It's not that messy. So pretty much I have, I'll just do it like this. Pretty much it's like, I don't even know.
I see a lot of ceiling, so tip it down.
Okay. Oh, okay. So this is my everything. And then under here, I have like a bin for shorts, for running shorts and running t-shirts.
Grab and go running gear.
And then I have shoes from Foot Locker that they gave us. And then I have like my jeans and everything in there. And then this is like my drawer with all the clothes and everything.
Okay.
Then if you look at this, like pictures.
Oh, nice. Family and friends. Awesome.
Yeah, I got that one right there is like people from the camp that I went to, and like pretty much the Red Bank Catholic girls team was there, and we're like all really good friends. They're pretty much like family, so I have them there. And that's my 7th grade English teacher. Me and him got coffee over the summer, which is cool. And then that's me and my friend Israel right there. And then that's me and my friend Pat. And then that's Jakob Ingebrigtsen, me and my coach, Eamon Coughlin, Ollie Hoare, and then a little manifestation that says NCAA champs.
All right.
I have me and my two friends. Like, these are like my best friends who pretty much kept me in running. Like, they're literally my best. They've been my best friends since freshman year. And
Okay.
this is Rob, and then this guy's Tom Cuff. We're all really close friends too. And Cuff is a great guy. He was one of the coaches at Duke for a couple of years. And then this is Kyle Hill, and he's his sister. I'm like really good friends with him and his sister, and then that's Pat again. And yeah, so those are those pictures. And then at my desk, right?
Yeah.
I really don't work at my desk. I usually do it in my bed or in one of the areas in the library. This is a book that I'm reading. It's called the Villanova Track Story. It's about like all the years.
Hold that up again. Nice.
It's
All right.
from 1966 to 1981, and that's like pretty much the track story. And like it's pretty much, it's hard to explain. It's like pretty much from when Jumbo Elliott started coaching all the way through to when Marcus.
History of Villanova.
Yeah, it's pretty much just the history of Villanova and like just how it's crazy, the history. And it goes through every single Penn relay race, literally every single race to the T, to the minute, and what happened.
For men's program, not women's program, or does it?
Yeah, it's just for the men's.
Okay.
Even though the women have historically probably the greatest program, cross country program of all time. And then these are my zones that Marcus gave me. He signed it because just to like fuck with me for a joke. But this is him winning Penn Relays.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But these are like my heart rate zones and everything. So I just have to memorize these so I can work out.
Hang on. So let's talk about the training a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell me about, I know Marcus does the lactate threshold testing. So you prick your finger. Tell us about what you know about what that looks like when you run the workout, getting your finger pricked, checking the blood. What does that mean?
So pretty much, I'm not a scientist by any means. So I'll try my best to explain it. I have to use a piece of paper to explain it. So pretty much what Marcus does is all right. Yeah, so pretty much what Marcus does is it's a concept where the most important, like this is what the Ingebrigtsens do, like not the exact same, but pretty close. But pretty much it's a concept where the most important part of every runner is their like capacity, like their aerobic fitness and their VO2. And that's pretty much the base of every runner. And like speed comes like with strength and everything. So that just builds on itself. But pretty much the whole point is just being so strong cardiovascularly that you could just run and you could keep running a fast pace just for however long. And pretty much we do a test where it's 8x800 and you start at 310 and you cut down 10 seconds, then cut down 10 seconds. And the only break you have in between is when he pricks your finger and then takes out, like he like squeezes your finger so blood comes out, then he wipes it with antibacterial wipe and then squeezes again, gets a lactate measure thing, gets a sample of your blood, and then waits for it to measure. And then you tell him your heart rate.
How much time does all that take?
Like 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
And
okay.
it seems like obviously it takes longer, but it's very quick. And then he'll have like, I really don't want to like I don't know if this.
Yeah, don't give away all the secrets.
Okay, but he'll pretty much like write on a piece of paper and everything, and then you get faster, and then like I don't know. I'm not gonna really give
too
away.
High, right? You're probably
so pretty much
breaking down too much, like red blood cells and muscle tissue. So he might back you off. And if the number comes out super low, he's like,
you're not doing enough.
Crank it.
Yeah. So for example, like in that workout, he was so surprised that my lactate levels were so low running a fast pace and they just stay the same and stay the same. So he made me do a different test so he could get my exact threshold and pretty much what my threshold pace is going to be. That's what he would do, is just measure it so he can see what my threshold is. And and so that was a pretty cool test too. It was like a mile and 5 minutes, pricked my finger. My lactate was still super low, which is like, well, the impressive part is just how low mileage I am and have been. And the fact that my body could because even I was at like running like 35, 40 in high school. Now I'm running like, now I'm running 55 to 65, or sorry, 55 to 60. So like
Yeah.
doing that, and like my down week's probably like around 45, 50.
Are you
But
doing any doubles?
yeah, I'm doubling. Yeah, I'm doubling. So pretty much like a normal typical day would be Monday, easy run in the morning, then classes, run in the afternoon, and then stretch. And then Tuesday would be a workout in the morning. So sometimes we might do a double threshold session where it's threshold in the morning, threshold in the afternoon, or like zone running in the morning and then a harder zone in the afternoon. And like zone running is pretty much, you have heart rate zones. So pretty much so pretty much anything from like, I don't even know, like pretty much 0 to 1 millimoles of lactic acid is easy running. Then you're even, I don't know, it's like 0 to 2.5. And then once you get into like that 2.5 range, because we train at 2.5 millimoles of lactic acid to 3.5. That's where you like the bulk of the training is done. And then when you want to do VO2 work, you get to 4, and then you get to 4 and get to like 4 to 7. So pretty much we were doing a workout which was like 10 by 600. Well, I was doing 10 by 600. The older kids were doing 12 by 6. We have like some of the kids were doing 10 by 450, but me and then Leah Murphy, Jack Jennings, and a transfer, Evan Addison, and then Charlie O'Donovan, Josh Phillips. We were all doing 10 to 12 by 600, and we were taking 2-minute recovery, which was definitely too long, but we were going at a pretty fast pace, like towards the end, and we were still pricking too low. And Marcus was kind of pissed off because the whole point of the workout was running at VO2 pace, and our lactate levels weren't getting into VO2, which is like some days you want, like it's so hard to explain it.
Yeah,
like,
you don't have to explain.
yeah,
We get the idea. So it's
yeah,
kind of showing the physiological effort.
yeah, and pretty much like slow running. Like when you're running easy, you have to run easy because that'll help you, like that'll help your ability to decrease, or like, so you build up lactic acid and pretty much say this is your lactic acid and this is how much your capacity is. You want to be able to run at, like, for example, in the NCAA, you want to be able to be running 440 pace and your lactic to be here. So your body could still flush out the lactic acid, because once it starts to creep up, it gets to here. So you're able to flush out as much as you're building. But then once it starts getting a little bit higher, you could only hold that for around an hour.
So
You could
the
only hold it.
run helps you flush out the lactic acid. So it's
and it helps. Yeah, and it helps that system where like your lactate's low, but your body's still constantly just flushing it out and flushing it out and flushing it out. So pretty much the faster and more efficient your body could flush out lactic acid, the faster you could run and the longer you could run for.
So listeners should be paying attention. All those kids who race their easy runs, which is super easy. When I went to UVA, everybody on varsity had been an All-American in their state at their high school. And now we go out on easy run and we were all racing each other. So we never even really got a rest. So
yeah, I mean,
really, you need that recovery.
Yeah, I mean, obviously in high school, like I've been at a point in high school where every day I just wanted to see how fast I could go. And like during COVID, I was doing like on a 5-mile day, I'd just see, let's see if I could just go 5:30 for this whole run, which was pointless, but like it was pretty fun to do. But like now, like just the benefits of easy running, it's just not worth running fast when you don't have to. Like today on my long run, usually we'll like hit zone in the last couple miles, which is like anywhere from, we'll try to get into like a little like we would call it sweaty, which means like you're not running zone, but you're not running under zone. You're running in that little area. So like around like 540 pace, we'll start hitting 540s for the last 4 miles. Today we were like, screw that, because I had to work out on Tuesday, then Wednesday, or no, sorry, I had to work out on Tuesday, Thursday, and then an afternoon like sort of workout on Friday. So I was like, all right, I need to rest my body. So then I took Saturday off, and then Sunday was like it was a 10-mile long run. I hit 62 miles this week, which is the highest I've ever hit.
Yeah.
When it was like pretty exciting, like seeing that number over
Wow.
like 55.
Yeah.
And
Well, you're almost up to my high school average, which I think was 70. So
yeah, oh my God, fucking what more had you guys? Yeah, what more has?
So tell us about who's your roommate?
Jack Tavaglione. He's from Voorhees. He was like 7th at Meet of Champs for cross country, ran like 15. I don't even want to talk about high school because high school. Listen, for anyone out there, yeah, you can't be like high school is. Do not talk. If you guys get to college, do not talk about high school because high school does not matter. High school does not.
That's good advice, because I think that bothers a lot of other people on a team if someone keeps talking about what they did in high school or how
because I promise you, your high school career does not. No one gives a shit about that. No one. It does not matter. You could be a state champion. You could be the best high schooler of all time. You could break 4 in high school. It doesn't matter because you're not winning it. Yeah, because you didn't win an NCAA title yet. So why should you matter or focus about high school?
All right. So what do you do in your downtime? I heard you guys you got Legos or something. Is that right?
Oh yeah, we've been building like a Lego set.
What Lego? Is it like a theme? Like is it
we were
Harry
building
Potter theme or
no, we were building the Batmobile and our
Batmobile. Do you have it?
A what?
Is it in your room?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta show us the Batmobile.
It's not done yet, but this is it so far. And there's like a door that opens and all that shit.
Oh, cool.
I know. People will be like, "Oh, y'all are fucking losers," but dude, I don't care, bro. It looks pretty cool.
It's good. It's just a way to just keep busy, connect, rest your brain and your body without being on your phone.
Yeah, exactly. And like I try to like not really use my phone. I mean, I'll go on social, like not really social media, but just communicate with my friends and everything. But besides that, I'll be reading. Or I read a lot, and then we go to my friend's apartment who's on one of the kids on the team. All of them have an apartment because they're upperclassmen. We'll go to their apartments and we'll just hang out. We'll play poker and blackjack and stuff, and pretty much we'll just hang out in the dining hall, and yeah, that's really it. We don't really do much. Like it's just a nice like chill lifestyle. We'll walk around campus and just like screw around, and we're always like stretching in like the locker room too. We do that all the time after our runs and just make sure to recover. Then so pretty much on Jumbo Elliott was the pretty much the start of Villanova and their like dynasty. Jumbo Elliott would always say this quote, "Live like a clock," and that quote has now stuck with me. So I heard it at the beginning of this summer and I started following it. Live like a clock, try to get the same thing every day. Like obviously the days are going to be different and the experiences you have are going to be different, but the things that you should keep the same, try to wake up at the same time, you run at the same time, you eat at the same time, you stretch at the same time, you do core lift or your double at the same time, and then you go to bed at around the same time. And if it's later, try to make sure you're just getting hours sleep and just move the day back and just try to keep it all relative. And I understood that. And now reading the book, the Villanova track story, I really understand like live like a clock, like everything, keep it on the minute. And like that's what the Villanova team they used to do back then. And that's why you see they have 120 whatever Penn relay wheels, and there were like 3 or 4 years in a row where they won 5 Penn relay wheels, which is fucking bizarre, but it's amazing and incredible, and like something that I would want to see our team do, which would be cool. Like especially going to a school like this where Penn relays is like the epitome of Villanova. Like Villanova is like the Olympic sauce. Like we would rather win Penn. Okay, a lot of people would rather win a national title in track and field, like the indoor national championship. We would scratch the national championship and prepare for Penn relays and try to win all 5 wheels. Like that to us is like the championship of America.
So live like a clock. Okay.
Yeah.
So that helps you. One thing I think of is that when you already have your schedule set, you don't have to think about it. So you can put a lot of your mental energy into your working out and your racing.
Yeah. And like to be fair, like I don't really use a lot of mental energy. Like I just go with the flow and I enjoy it. But then I constantly just think about racing, and I journal and like write about that stuff and like racing, and just pretty much my day and my training. Like I just love thinking about running and racing and like what it would be like to win the Olympics. Like that's like sometimes I love going to sleep because like I could just think about in my head like, oh, what are the Olympics going to be like? What is like the 5K in the trials or the 1500? Like what like just literally anything. Like what's Melrose Games going to be like? What's it going to be like racing against 20 or with racing with 20,000 people in the Franklin Field Stadium watching, and like all of these Villanova alumni is just cheering on your name and like representing a school that's like just known for their dominance at like the Penn Relays.
So you're visualizing that now. You're visualizing
Yeah, and it's just something I like to do. Like I'm obsessed with the sport. I love it. Like it's not my whole life, but I love thinking. Like it's not my whole life by like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. I just love thinking about it. Like it's like just always in my head. Like I obviously I have other hobbies and other interests and things like that, but I personally just love the sport and love like just reading up on history about it. Like I could look at the running history all day, like, and just hear stories from the past about like runners from like the 80s or 70s or whatever.
So then how are you visualizing or predicting Villanova will do in NCAAs, and who do you think the top 5 will be?
Why not win? Why not win? Like, obviously it's a crazy thing, but like, why not think about winning? Like, I mean, I'm not scared to put it out there, but like our first goal is to win Big East. That's our first goal. Win Big East and win Paul Short, win Nutty Comb. Those are our first big things. We want to win those races. And that's that. And then try to win, or definitely win regionals, and then go for the win at NCAAs, at least top 5, but win. That who cares that NAU has won? Who cares about BYU? Who cares about UC Boulder? Those schools, it doesn't matter. Like it's actually kind of funny how my mindset changed. Like in high school, towards like the spring season, I started to care a little bit too much about what other people were doing, or like, oh, what's his training like? What's this like? What's that like? Doesn't matter what anyone's training is like. No one cares about what BYU. No one cares about any of these other schools out west. That bunch of hippies. Like no one cares. We're focused on what we're doing. It's like we're training mainline Philadelphia. Like we're like hard workers. Like that's all we care about is just what we're doing, about our team culture, and about like we're just caring about what are we gonna have for dinner tonight in the dining hall. That's our focus right now. And
so
but when it comes,
it's going to be Nova's top 5.
oh, Nova's top.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that now.
All right.
I just I want to say that because I don't want to like until. Oh.
There you are.
Sorry, yeah, until like the top 5 is determined, I do not want to. Yeah, we'll leave it at
that. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. That is to be seen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's great talking with you, Marco. I think it's going to be really helpful for a lot of high school kids to be watching who are juniors, seniors who are going to make that same transition. And I think you gave a lot of good tips. So
thank you.
Next meet is mainline invite, right?
Oh, Haverford. I don't know if that's the main line.
It's at Haverford, yeah.
Yeah, so main line. That the main line. It's like mainline magic. Like that's
mainline magic. All right,
yeah.
We'll see you out there. Mainline magic.
Yep, I'll talk to you later.
Right. Take care, Marco. Bye bye.